All right, so I'm gonna do the breakdown. I posted the link earlier. Nobody hopped on, so I'm just gonna have him record, and then T Lady gonna say what she needs to say, and then we're just gonna get this money. But I'm looking at GJ. Obviously, GJ look like it's breaking. Look like it's trying to break this 20 right here. And I hate when I see this because this is kind of like consolidation. So more than likely, you're gonna have to wait probably till tonight to see what it does. Okay, but I do see a M forming here on GBPJPY H4. Looks like it's going to come down to at least where my buy limit order is. It really actually might move to this 50 here, but that's just something we just have to wait and see. I really would like for this to go ahead and at least come down to the 50, and then on H1 for a good target, I would like this to come down to at least where the 200 is. Okay, so more than likely, I'm probably gonna move my buy limit orders just because it don't look like it's going to hit it, or if it does hit it, it's going to shoot underneath it. Okay, the 200 is right here on M15, so this could come here and then decide to shoot up, but it's just something I have to wait and see. But overall, I think GJ is going to continue in this upward trend. This is NFP week, so we got to be cautious of that. Okay, let's go EU. So looking at EU. Okay, so looking at the daily, this is almost, it looks like it's going to try to come back up to that resistance zone. As you guys can tell, at the end of the week it bounced off that 20, and it looks like it's going to continue to go up to the resistance zone here. Okay, looking at the H4, it broke the 20 and the 50. Now these moving averages do look like they're about to cross down. So if they continue to cross down, then your USG is going to continue to come down. Okay, at least to the support zone. Okay, so give me a second. Probably about right here, right? And this will probably give this 200 EMA time to come up here, so these moving averages can meet. So right now, EU, I will honestly wait. It looked like honestly a good sell. Looking at the moving averages, because it's breaking the moving averages here. So yeah, this is definitely going to come down to the support. This continues to go down. Let's look at what's the other one I was going to, oh, EJ. Where are you at, EJ? EJ. So EJ is another one that I wanted to look at, and this has been also overall upward trend. Okay, looking at the H4. Okay, so GJ and EJ kind of move the same, so that's something to keep in mind, because you see how these candlesticks are underneath that 20. So that's definitely letting me know this is probably going to continue to form this M, probably break the 50 and then decide to push up. You can't ignore the RSI though. Okay, RSI definitely look like a W's here, because this was an M and then this looked like a W, and you know on W's we typically going to buy. Okay, so that's just something to look for. Let's look at the daily. So yeah, looking at the daily, RSI is still hovering at 63. See on the weekly, RSI is hovering at 70. So I definitely think this is going to push up just a little bit to this RSI level here before it actually drop. Okay, and you know if RSI is high on a higher time frame, that's really good confirmation that it's going to drop or go up, either way. But let's see. You want to go ahead and do GU?
Yeah.
Here.
Do you?
This is.
Okay. Let's see. So I always start at day one. Zoom out. I see that it's an upward trend. Terry has a lot of support resistance, so I'm going to take some of these away actually. He can add them back if he wants to. So I'm just going to use these two, this 1.39760 and 1.37985. So this one right here at the bottom, I always set it from the day before at the bottom, and then at the top, day before at the wick out. Those are the ones I'll go off of. The other ones I don't really care about. So let's see. GU, it just bounced off the 20 and 50. Looking good to go up. It looks like a kind of a weird WRSI. Also looks like it's going to start a W candlesticks. Just bounced off, just crossed 250 and 20 EMAs, and it looks like it's about to bounce off. I honestly would probably place a buy limit right here. Once it touches and comes up, it's going to continue to go up at least to this resistance up here. Kind of like it did over here. Bounced up, came down. It's going to bounce up again. At least that's my prediction. RSI is only at 54, so it's possible. M30, it bounced off the 200. And the 50, it looks like it's about to bounce off the 200 again. M5, still up in a above the 200, and it crossed into an upward trend. And then M15, it might touch the 200 before it goes up. Before it goes up. That's my prediction for GU. I feel like it's going to go up. So again, I would probably place a buy limit right here, somewhere close to this, 1.38920, somewhere close in that area, slightly under this last candlestick that's forming right here on H1. Just underneath that, if it wicks out, it'll hit your buy limit, and then all this will be profit. I think I said I was also going to do USD CAD. So back to day one. Zoom out. It's definitely in a downward trend. So zoom back in. I go from the previous day, which these candlesticks have not been moving very much. So might not be a good trade. There's not a lot of movement, it looks like, but we'll see when we go to the lower time frames. So the bottom of that candlestick to the top of the wick out, or the bottom of the wick out to the top of the wick out. Sorry, I should have said it that way. Go H4. It's under all of the EMAs. It hit the 20 EMA earlier and bounced down, so it's probably going to do the same. So a good buy limit is in this area just below that 20 EMA. H1 underneath all the EMAs still. M30. Dang, his phone going crazy, baby. Went all the way back. Okay, there we go. M30 is actually on top, so I would be careful trading this one. It did bounce off of support down here, so this one could be a tricky one. Looking at the higher time frames compared to the lower time frames, it could do something opposite, so keep that in mind. Be aware that USD CAD could do the opposite of what we're thinking. It's in a downward trend, but this crossed into a buy. You see those crossing? So be careful trading this if you do trade it. M5 is definitely in an upward buy for right now with these EMAs. So just be careful if you trade that one. And let's see. I think I said NZD USD I was going to do, so I'll do that one real quick. Day one. Sorry. Go set my horizontal lines. Top of the candle wick out. And bottom of the candle wick out. Okay, zoom out. It's in an upward trend. H4. Depends if you would have got in down here. It bounced off the support, headed up, so all this would have been profit. Right now I wouldn't trade it. It's in a slight steady zone right there. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's probably, so this one's probably going to head back down to support before it goes up. But once it hits somewhere close in this area, it's going to go back up. M30 definitely looks like it's heading down to support. And M15 definitely looks like it's heading down to support. So trade at your own risk. This could be buys, these could be sells. Right now, this looks like it's going to go down for a little while before it decides to go back up into the trend. So just remember, if all the charts don't add up, I don't trade, because those are tricky trades. Okay.
All right, that's all we got for y'all. Let's catch some pips. We're catching pips, not feelings this week. Let's go.